Hi, welcome to the channel. I am Dean Vera, and today in this video, we'll talk about whether the habeas corpus petitions filed in behalf of Rodrigo Duterte will succeed or not. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First, as a disclaimer, I am no expert on international law. What I offer is a perspective on what the local law will say with regards to the petitions on the habeas corpus cases filed in behalf of President Rodrigo Duterte. All right? First, it is actually on international law because we have an international tribunal, international court, the ICC, issuing an arrest warrant over a Philippine national, albeit a former Philippine president, former head of state. And that arrest order was executed, was performed, was delivered, so to speak, to a person while inside the Philippines. All right? Now, our 1987 Constitution says that our international law is or will be part of the laws of the land. Under Article 2, Section 2 of the 1987 Constitution, it states that the Philippines renounces war as an instrument of national policy, and it adopts the generally accepted principles of international law as part of the law of the land. Meaning, international law, accepted principles of international law will be part of the law of the land. Now, as we know, laws in the Philippines must come from the legislature, the Senate and the House of Representatives, and must go through a process and must be signed by the President. But here we have our own constitution saying international law will be part of the laws of the land. The ICC is international law. The enabling law for the petitions of habeas corpus if filed in behalf of President Rodrigo Duterte would be Republic Act 9851. That law, the long title or whatever title it would be, is the Philippine Act on Crimes Against International Humanitarian Law, Genocide, and Other Crimes Against Humanity. Now, these laws like this have what they call policies. As I stated a while ago, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution regards international law is a state policy. So a law may have its own policies. One of the policies states that the state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights. Another state policy under Republic Act 9851 is that the state adopts the general accepted principles of international law, again repeating what the 1987 Constitution says, including the Hague Convention of 1907, the Geneva Conventions on the Protection of Victims of War, and international humanitarian law as part of the law of our nation. So already we have the Constitution and a Republic Act created by the legislature saying that international law shall form part of the law of the land, especially 9851, which regards to the violations of basic human rights and international humanitarian laws. All right? Now, the main crux, and it's actually I found this in a lot of the petitions for habeas corpus, it's actually rejecting this law, saying it's not applicable. Why? Because under Section 17 of Republic Act 9851, it states, in the interest of justice, the relevant Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution of a crime punishable under this act if another court or international tribunal, the ICC, is already conducting the investigation or undertaking the prosecution of such crime. So, what else? The law states under Section 17 that instead, the authorities, the Philippines, may surrender or extradite the suspected or accused persons in the Philippines to the appropriate international court, if any, or to another state pursuant to applicable extradition laws or treaties. So that's the basis of what will be the crux or the main argument for the petitions of habeas corpus. As I said a while ago in that video, which I will link in the description below, and I'll give a link up here, I explained what habeas corpus was. It is a petition asking whoever restrained, or let's put it simple, the petitions for writ of habeas corpus filed in behalf of President Rodrigo Duterte is asking the Supreme Court, please let the PNP, the Philippine National Police, or the Department of Interior Local Government, or whoever has him, to say why did you restrain President Duterte, and at the same time produce the body. But here's the dilemma with these petitions. The writ can only be given or have authority over the Philippines within the country of the Philippines, within its territorial jurisdiction. But as of March 14, 2025, as of making of this video, the former President Rodrigo Duterte is no longer in the Philippines. He is no longer under the control of any Philippine authority. He is already at The Hague under the control and detention of ICC, the International Criminal Court. So, is it a technicality? We don't know because I cannot give any opinion insofar as whether the Supreme Court will side in behalf of Duterte or for the government. All I can say is that the basis of my opinion in this video is Republic Act 9851. I'm stating a fact that is the law that the Philippines adopts international law as a law of the land, and the Constitution actually also says that, and it allows for the transfer or the giving the person to the International Criminal Court. Now, here's the kicker. The side of the President Duterte saying we're no longer part of the ICC, hence there is no jurisdiction or there is no competent authority by the ICC over the Philippines. But Republic Act 9851 came into effect in the Philippines in 2010. We only entered the ICC through the Rome Statute in 2011, which means our law, 9851, already allowed for instances or circumstances like this even before we entered ICC. Therefore, it's actually the same whether we're out of the ICC or we didn't enter the ICC at all, because the law that in question, Republic Act 9851, came to effect even before we joined the ICC. So, let's see where this case will go. All right, I hope you picked up something from this video. If you please explore my channel, and I wish you a good day. Hi, please do me a favor and smash that like button. It'll help me a lot and it will trigger the YouTube algorithm. Now, if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you don't, my dog will eat this exam booklet and that student has to repeat his final exam again.